So here we are in Cleveland picking up a 1967 Chevelle Post car in 2017. Mike actually bought the car sight on scene, and we went down and saw this guy named Kaiser and hauled the car home. And this is a bunch of stories that I put on Facebook that I'm kind of wrapping up together on the YouTube channel. So hope you enjoy this. Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. We're driving around downtown Cleveland in a 1967 Chevelle, and we just picked this car up in Collinwood. It's just a neat old car, and we're driving around downtown Cleveland. It's got a 6-cylinder in it. I'm thinking about just starting off to Maryland right now. This thing's running though really smooth. It's got a 6-cylinder motor in it. We're stopped at a stoplight right now. So here we go. Lights turning green, so we'll take off down the road. We're going to turn the corner here, and we're winding around downtown Cleveland here in this 1967 Chevelle that we just pulled out of Collinwood. And it's just a cool car. It's a 6-cylinder 1967 Chevelle Post 300. It's just a neat car. We're driving around downtown Cleveland, right next to the airport right now, but we're gonna get back on the highway and drive this thing home. Who knows? Maybe I'll just keep driving this thing all the way to Maryland. It's just the thing's running like a sewing machine. I'm just having a good old time, and just beautiful. I love it. We're getting people are just waving at us and whatnot, and it's just a great time. So, Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, see ya. Hey, Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, and I know you're used to seeing me work on big blocks, pristine cars, but let me tell you, today we're working on this little sewing machine here, this little 6-cylinder beauty. Yes, we did get it started, and yes, we can go down the road on it now. So I'll get that spark plug tightened up in just a minute, but we got a battery in the car. We started her up, and she just flies right down the road. The only thing we had to do on this old Chevelle was change a bulb right down here. Now you might notice the bumpers, they're a little more shiny now. Been spending some time on it, cleaning it up a little bit. And we also have a set of radials on there from my 72 Chevelle, just so we could drive it around. But this car is just phenomenal. It's an awesome car. We're still getting her cleaned up. Only 55,000 miles on it. And the trunk on this car is unreal. Got the original 67 jack on it. Just look at this trunk. It's really nice and clean. Somebody even installed this cool little light here, which I just think that's cool. So you can see inside the trunk, little custom wiring job there. And then I've got an original bias ply tire here that I spent some time cleaning up. We sent the original wheels off to get some new tires put on it. But until then, we'll drive around on this. So I'll get in the car and we'll take a ride in a sec. Now I know a bunch of you guys were busting on me because we were towing this behind the trailer and I was in there. But I assure you, it only took a couple days to get this started. And there we go. Fires right up. And we will head down the road here. There you go, right into park. Nice little power glide here. And we'll take you a ride, just like Jeff Thompson takes you on a ride. We'll take you on a ride in this old 67 Chevelle. It doesn't have power steering, so you gotta use a little muscle here to get this thing going. But she heads right down the road. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, wow, Mark, there's a little surface rust on this thing. But I assure you, there is not one rust hole in this car. This car was made in California. I suspect it spent most of its life in California. And then we bought it out of an old garage in Collinwood, Cleveland, where it has been setting since 1993. And as you can see, we're headed down the road about 45 miles an hour, and she's going really nice. Like I said earlier, I had Mike and Larry working on the car earlier today, and I'm going to click on the blinker here and take a ride up to the high school so you can get a look at this car. This is my standard test drive for any Chevelle, and we're just headed up to the high school. You can see the transmission is shifting nicely. Of course, it only has to go through 2 gears. The steering wheel should be all blue, but it's got a little green on it too. I hope that wipes off. Got the original radio in here. We put some new wiper blades on today, and like I say, this car is running like a sewing machine. I gotta say, the way this car is riding on the original shocks is just amazing to me. You know, we had that beautiful 67 Chevelle we restored last year, and I gotta say, I think this thing's a little tighter and a little easier to drive. But, you know, it has power steer. The other car had power steering, power brakes, but this car just rides a lot nicer than the other car, the other 67 did, and that just blows me away. So we're up here at the high school here. Muscle this thing. Oh, this car is going to be a nice workout for me. But we'll put it in park here and take a Jeff Thompson walk around. But really nice. Just so impressed with this car. It's running nice. It has a little bit of a mist to it, but you really can't feel it. I've been working on this fender right here, just a light wet sand on there, and we'll do that all the way around the car, and it should have a nice little patina to it. So there you go, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. This is a 1967 Chevelle 300. Really nice car, probably the cheapest Chevelle you could buy in 1967. But we got her running, and we'll get her back home. So, see ya!